first live session of We Are Future Shapers, a program that focuses on diversity at Acolyte, where creating a gender equal and equal opportunity workplace is at the heart of our people strategy. In today's session, we have some of our women leaders who are going to take us through through their journey from the start of their career to where they are today. For today's session, we have with us Anuradha Balasubramaniam, Rashmi Donti, Gita Shivakumar, Pusha Sawant, and Rilpa Jain. So let's get started with Anuradha and Rashmi, both of you first. So if you could tell us a bit about your stories, your inspiring journey, and also tell us a bit about Acolyte. So over to you, Rashmi.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Extremely excited to be part of this session, and big shout out to all you guys who are listening this live, and welcome to the session. So let me start with my introduction. My name is Anu, and I'm a general manager at Acolyte for insurance and logistics for Asia Pacific zone. My career, I think it's 20 long years. Started off as a developer at Trilogy and started with Acolyte over a decade ago, 11 years ago rather, when we were a very, very small company, less than 10 people. And it's been an incredible journey throughout these 11 years. I've pretty much worked with this leadership very, very closely for the last 2 decades. And from a developer to general manager, the journey has been phenomenal. And there are some really very proud highlights throughout this journey, both professionally and personally. Right from getting the experience to hire the very first employee for Acolyte in Bangalore. Just still remember the recruitment drive that we had, just 2 of us, me and my colleague had the recruitment drive and had our first employee join us back in Bangalore 11, 12 years ago. To the very first experience of setting up a new vertical, to setting up Chennai office and being the first woman ELT member in Acolyte's journey. So it's been a phenomenal journey. And with all this, never missed a personal milestone either, whether I have 2 kids, whether their first step to first day at school, to their, any of their events, everything. So that's the beauty of Acolyte. And for us women out there, definitely a great place to work personally and professionally as well. So it has given me the perfect balance of having a professional career, having the phenomenal growth, as well as without missing my personal milestones throughout my life with my family as well. Every single day at Acolyte has been, for me, has been very, very enriching, learning and rewarding, right? So after 20 years, I think I come with the same energy, same enthusiasm every single morning at work, whether it's dealing with people, dealing with customers, dealing with technologies. Every day is new challenges, and life is never boring at Acolyte. You're learning stuff, you're learning from your peers, you're learning from your juniors, you're learning from your leadership. Everybody is very, very approachable, very flat hierarchy, very good culture, something that I would personally vouch for, right? The culture at Acolyte, it's very inclusive, very flat organization. People are, it's like a family personally. And I've, my team, everything, and my whole business unit, everything, it feels like family every single day to come here and work at Acolyte. And, as a personal, as I said, right, so it's been a phenomenal journey for my professional growth as well to come and become a general manager here in these last 20 years of my career. So that's my story at Acolyte, and let's move on to Acolyte's story itself. So let's start with the company overview, right? So we are a 2,600 plus company, best-in-class digital transformation services provider and partner. We actually pride ourselves in calling ourselves as partners to our customers rather than service providers. We've never lost a customer from day one, right? So that's the beauty about Acolyte, and that's where we are proud about that we have that kind of a partnership with our customers. So major names here, so 12 Fortune 500 customers. It was, Acolyte was founded in Dallas in 2007. And it is, we have a strategic investor called New Mountain Capital, one of the world's largest funds based out of New York. From a capabilities perspective, primary focus on these 5 areas: digital product engineering, cloud engineering, data and AI, customer experience, and the newest one being cybersecurity. We carry deep domain expertise in banking, financial services, insurance, technology, media, and telco, and healthcare. We have been proud recipients of Great Places to Work for 2 years in a row. Many of our leaders have won inspiring leadership awards, including the C-Star category and senior leadership categories. We feature in the Zinnov zones for some of our cutting edge digital transformation work. We are also an AWS partner, certified partner. So as you can see, best in class and very well known for our digital transformation stories. Moving on, so just to show our strong global presence, right? So we are present across North America, Europe, and Asia. We are headquartered in Dallas, Texas, and we have over 150 people in the US. And we recently had an acquisition with Xeris, which is a cloud consulting company based out of Canada. We have an office in London, and majority of the development centers in India, as you can see, are 5 development centers based out of India. We're also exploring options in South America, LATAM center as well. So truly a global presence and a lot of new opportunities across the globe for all of our employees to be working with. And moving on, our DNA, right? So these are our 5 core values that are very, very dear to us, both as an employees and leadership. Everybody is very, very driven towards these core values. Very first one, driving customer success, right? So very, very important for us. Customer is the core of the business. So very important for us to ensure that our customers are successful. And our customer success program is also very unique in the industry, where we go to the customer and seek their feedback at the end of the year, asking them a very Boolean question. Did we make you successful? Yes or no? There's no maybe or anything else at all. It's a very Boolean question. And we take pride in that we have over 95% success rate throughout the history of Acolyte. And we've never lost a customer from day one, right? So that's the kind of importance that we give to our customers. And this is very, very dear core valued for us. The second one, doing the right thing. So this is something I personally believe in it's very, again, a core to us. You have to do the right thing at every stage, right? So you can be a developer doing the right thing, ensuring that you are putting in the right code, you're putting in the right checks and balances to ensure that, as a developer, as a customer facing person, you should be doing the right thing for the customer, right? It could mean that sometimes we take a hit, but that's okay. It should be what is right for the customer is what is to be done, right? So doing the right thing at the leadership level, at a developer level, throughout the hierarchy, doing the right thing is very, very important for us. Winning together, well, it's always a team effort, right? There's no recipe of success for an individual. It's always as a team, we win together. So every individual in Acolyte works towards winning as a team, right? So you always win as a team. And this is something that we also follow and we have kept it as our core value, that we all need to help each other, and it's always winning together. It's a team effort always. Creating a happy and healthy workplace. Well, again, employees are the core at the end of the day. They are the core asset to any company, and even more so for Acolyte. So absolutely laser focus on this, creating a happy and healthy workflows. We'll look at more in the next slides about this one. Being an entrepreneur, again, very important on thought leadership, right? So how do you think about a problem? How do you come up with ideas? So we have always encouraged people to come up with original ideas and supported them. And some of them have become products for our customers, internal Acolyte products, and so on. So it's again a culture that we have always nurtured for our people to always think very innovatively, original ideas, and bring them to the table. And we've been very, very supportive of that. Moving on. So employees, right? So employees are, as I said, are our core fundamental building blocks and very, very important for us, right? So we have very focused programs to ensure that our employees are happy, healthy, and they have the right commitments, and the organization has the right commitments towards them. So focusing a little more on these four ideas, right? So career, most important, I'm sure every employee is driven first by the careers, right? So what is in it for you in Acolyte? So one of the biggest differentiators that you will see at Acolyte is it's performance driven, right? So it is not based on tenure, or it is not based on any other metrics but performance. If you are performing well, the opportunities, the growth is limitless. Pretty much, as I typically say in most of the, when I talk to the candidates and everybody, is that your growth is in your hands, right? So if you perform well, we really do not see, okay, you're a 5-year experience. There are 5-year experience people who are leading big teams, they are facing customers, so we really do not differentiate. It's purely performance driven. Next one is training, right? So we again, it's very important, right? As there are technology these days changes every 6 months. There's a new package, there's a new technology, there's new customer using a new technology. So it's very important for us in our careers to be very hands-on. So Acolyte, everybody till the top is very hands-on. So you won't find anybody shying away from technology. Everybody is hands-on, can design, can code, and that translates to all our levels as well. So we ensure that we are regularly training our people on newer technologies, giving them opportunities. We have a tie-up with Udemy license, we provide Udemy licenses. We do our in-house learning and development. To just give you an example, right? So back in 2018, when we kickstarted a new customer, a very huge customer for a mobile application, React Native was very niche at that point in time. Very few people, even we had internally probably none, and very few people were available. So that's something that we have picked up and given that opportunity to our people. And now we are probably one of the largest teams on React in Acolyte, and probably even across many other companies as well. So overall, pretty structured, and we ensure you have the continuous learning and development that people would like to have to enhance their careers. Compensation, of course, is very, very important, right at par with career, right? So people obviously are looking for a good compensation. So we definitely pay above very, very high-end compensation. We have bonuses linked to customer successes, business outcomes, very fair reward and recognition programs, and spot awards and so on. So very, very high-end compensation as well. Engagement, very important, specifically in this current world where we are all working remote for the last 2+ years. Very important to have engagement with our teams, right? So we have many planned activities, touch points with the HR does their HR connects, the BU's heads connect, the leadership connects happen. There are programs held for all these festivals and any other events and so on. So a lot of interesting events and are hosted by our HR as well. So we ensure that the employees are feeling part of Acolyte despite even in this remote world, right? So it's challenging, but I think our team has done a phenomenal job on ensuring the right level of engagement with all our employees as well. Even the other part is, ensuring mental and physical well-being, right? So in this COVID world, it's really, really difficult to, it's not only physical, it's also, there's a lot of mental stress on you. Specifically, at least I can speak for myself in the last 2 years, right? I still remember there used to be an ad that comes on TV where there is a woman shown with what, 8 hands, balancing all the different types of food and everything, because everybody has their own choices. So that's how I felt, at least initially, when everybody was working home and from home, and everybody had their, you had to take care of everybody. So it does take a lot of mental and physical stress, and we have sessions specifically targeted, whether it's a yoga session or mental stress, how to reduce stress kind of sessions. We have nutritionist in house who is taking care, if you have some questions, we have those sessions as well. So we ensure that we have a very focused engagement on those areas as well. Culture, values driven, absolutely inclusive culture. So you will not, it's a very flat hierarchy till, from your developers to the CEO, it's a very, very flat hierarchy, very open culture. Anybody can talk to anybody. It is not at all, hierarchy driven at all. So leaderships do frequent communications. They know all the, your leaders know all the people on the ground who's joining. We do weekly connects and so on. So it's a very open culture, very inclusive culture, and very, very supportive culture for sure. That as a new joiner or as a fresh grad, we ensure that you are part of the family and you're growing along with us as well. Let's moving on. Some of the policies, I think I've talked about some of this already, but just to continue, it's very important and core to have safe and happy and healthy workplace. So we have robust enforcement of sexual harassment policies. We take these very, very seriously, and we have a committee for this to ensure we prevent any of such harassment issues. Maternity policy, of course, you have all the standard benefits that you have. Plus, as Acolyte, I know that if you have any other special needs, if you have, if you want to work from, we have supported people in the past for work from homes and extra vacations, whatever it is, financially or physically, any need at all. So I've personally used also the first maternity benefit for Acolyte was probably used by me here as well. So yeah, from a daycare facilities, of course, now it's all COVID, people are working from home, but yes, so we do provide daycare facilities once we have the offices working. As I already mentioned, we have holistic wellness tie-up with a nutritionist. So you can use those services as well. We have partnership with Practo. So not only for you, but for your immediate family members, you can use Practo medical care as well. And we also have a company-sponsored annual health checkup and executive health checkup to ensure you are happy, you are healthy. So it's very, very important for us on this one. I would hand it over to Rashmi from here. Thanks everyone for being here today, and I personally enjoyed a lot. Thank you. Over to you, Rashmi.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here today to talk to you all about the opportunities we have for women. Before we talk about it, let me start with my story at Acolyte. I started working as a software professional 14 years ago. So I have an experience of 14 plus years in the software industry. I started in 2007 as an intern in a company called Trilogy, where Leela Kaza was the CEO of Acolyte, was our MD then. And of course, Anu, who just spoke, was one of my first few managers. Fast forward to 2011, when Acolyte started operations in Bangalore, I was among the first few employees who joined Acolyte. And at that point, I had an infant. The maternity break was shorter at that time. The policies were different. It was just 3 months. And it was a struggle getting back into the career, getting back to work. But Acolyte supported me throughout, gave the work from home flexibility as and when needed. And when I was ready to take up more challenges, when I was geared up to learn new skills, new technologies, the leadership team provided the right opportunities and guided me through the journey. And that is how I have grown from being a senior software engineer at Acolyte to the position of director of technical delivery, handling part of the banking and financial services business unit. Of course, all this is not possible without the support and love, tons of support which we get from the family. But there are struggles to strike the balance. Having two kids myself, I did struggle to strike the balance. But through these struggles, I learned how to prioritize and how to ask for help, or I would rather say scream out for help when needed. So, yep, here I am, the successful software professional and lead in the technology field. Why Acolyte has been my choice for so long? There are a list of reasons. The guidance the leadership is providing, and there is never a lack of opportunity. The flexible policies, Anu gave an overview of a lot of those, lot more to state. But as a family, we had an aspiration to move abroad and live abroad, maybe US, Canada, or UK. When the opportunity came, when Acolyte started growing its footprint in UK, I was the first person from Acolyte India to move to Glasgow. And we have built a strong team of 10 people since then, and which is going to be 20 in next couple of months. So there is never a lack of opportunity. There is an opportunity to work from anywhere across the globe. Anu went through all those regions where we have our presence. Yep, I'm excited for many more years with Acolyte, and I'm excited to see more women joining in and growing along with the company. Now, let me take you through some of the digital transformations we have driven at some leading Fortune 500 companies by telling you some of our success stories. When it comes to a bank or trading, right, every millisecond is important. We have built best-in-class solutions for post-trade, real-time post-trade accounting for the prime brokerage unit of a bank. And this was possible with the in-memory processing techniques. We were able to process around 2 million requests per day, and with a latency of less than 10 milliseconds and ability to process 500,000 transactions per minute. Another story I would like to tell is the health application, which we have built for a leading multinational insurer. We have built this ground up using open source greenfield tech stack. The app is live with 20 million users and in 10 languages across 11 countries in the Asia Pacific region. This application has a unique feature set with the AI powered chatbot, like exercise buddy, doctor on call, nutritionist on call, integrations with the payment gateway, insurance purchase, self-service, etc. The third story I want to bring up is with a suite of products which we developed for a leading logistics provider. Pilot fatigue is one of the leading cause of accidents in this sector, airlines sector. We built products for managing this. It is very important to predict and manage the fatigue well in time, so that corrective measures are taken in time. We have been able to use artificial intelligence and IoT capabilities to build the best-in-class product suite for them. These products are being used by 5 airlines in North America. So how we have been able to achieve all these success stories, we'll see in the next slide. We have a diverse skilled teams across the technology stack. We have all the latest and niche technologies. We have experts in each of those areas, front end, back end, the cloud and DevOps, all the latest niche technologies and business intelligence, databases and data analytics and big data platforms. We have experts in each of these areas and a wide range of roles, starting from Scrum Masters, product managers, experienced designers, expert developers, not only focused on individual technology, but we do have full stack developers who are able to build products end to end, and all the niche technologies. We have cloud and DevOps engineers, dedicated engineers for that, and data scientists and data and analytic engineers. So we have a lot of opportunities across these tech stacks and the verticals, and listed here are very few of them, but there are a lot more. We have a lot more listed on the careers page in Acolyte. Do go over the www.acolyte.com, the careers page. We started an initiative called She Codes last year, which is a very big initiative to create a diverse workforce. The goal was to create the diverse workforce, and we, as part of this campaign, we have received more than 4,000 plus applications, and we were able to hire 20% gender diverse workforce as part of this initiative. And the goal for this year to go up to aggressive 35% gender diverse workforce. We want to hire the best in class people, best technical minds. So if you're keen on, go ahead to the website and start applying. We want you to hear more stories from the other women at Acolyte. So I will hand it over to Swati from here. Thank you.
Thanks, Rashmi, and thanks, Anuradha. I mean, that was really insightful, and it gives so much insight into the cutting edge work that we do here at Acolyte, the diverse range of opportunities, and of course, the focus on diversity that we have here. Now, moving on, I would like to bring in Gita. So, Gita, you have been with Acolyte since 2014, right? But first of all, if you could just give us a bit of an insight into how you started your journey.
Yeah, sure, Swati. So, hi everyone, I'm Gita Shivakumar. I'm a technical delivery manager at Accolite. Just out of college, I started my career as a software engineer in 2010 July. I did my BE Computer Science and Engineering from Government College of Technology, Coimbatore, and I actually got placed into the on-campus recruitment. And my first job was of a .NET developer. With a fresh mind, I was ready to take up many challenges and explore new opportunities. Over the years, I strive for excellence. I continue to strive for excellence, and I was always open for feedback. And it has been quite an evolution to become a technical lead. And obviously, I have thoroughly enjoyed my journey so far.
And, you know, if we talk about your journey at Acolyte, so how has it been? And if you could tell us a bit about your experience here.
Yeah, sure. I actually joined Acolyte in September 2014. I joined as a MVC.NET developer. And in the past 7 years, it has been a steep learning curve for me, filled with a lot of opportunities, challenges, and also achievements. And I have always got the correct, right kind of support and guidance from Accolite. In the technical perspective, so I have got a chance to work on latest technologies. So after joining Acolyte, I learned new technologies like WPF, Angular, Java, database, and I have got a chance to work in all of those technologies. And now I'm a full stack developer. On the other hand, I have also learned how to interact with clients, and I have gained the skill set of stakeholder management, mentoring, people management, and also other interpersonal skills. And here at Acolyte, everyone are encouraged to share their feedbacks or opinions so that everyone feels so valued and included, right? And the best thing about working here at Acolyte is like there is so much focus on employee well-being. Either it could be physical health or mental health. There are a lot of sessions and trainings that the company keep on focusing the employee well-being and health, which always reminded me like how important it is to keep the work-life balance.
Right, right. And talking about work-life balance, Geeta, so, all of us have quite hectic schedules and matching that up with balancing our personal life. So how do you achieve that perfect work-life balance here?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, usually many women tends to achieve perfection in everything that they do, right? But most often, it's what it leads to imbalance. So the first thing that would help me to achieve the work-life balance is the thought like it's okay to be imperfect, and it's always fine to say no for some reasons, right? If you don't like it, and I usually evaluate my priorities. Either it could be personal or work. I keep a short-term goal, mostly a weekly goal or monthly goal, and then start working towards achieving those goals. So it really helps me to spend time with myself, personal, family, and also the work. And one main thing in Accolade is the flexible work hours that we have that really makes this job easier. And also when talking about work-life balance, so I would like to say one of my experience. So when I was on my first maternity leave, I actually requested for a couple more months off and few months of work from home, and it was immediately granted. So it was really helped me to feel more comfortable and more confident about going back to work. And now I'm a proud mother of two brave daughters, and I also have continued my career even after maternity. So I'm so proud of it. And I'm looking for many more years in Acolyte and to achieve greater heights in career as well.
That's great. That's great, Geeta. I mean, seriously, that's wonderful. And I couldn't agree with you more, given the focus that we have on employee well-being here at Acolyte. Achieving the perfect work-life balance, especially for us women, becomes so much more easier. Thanks a lot for sharing your story. Now, if I could bring in Pusha. So Pusha, your experience has been slightly different from Geeta's, right? So you joined us as a fresher. So, why don't you tell us a bit about your journey?
Yeah, so I started my career in 2019 as a fresher here in Acolyte. So as a newbie in IT industry, it's been an awesome journey, I would say, and I couldn't have asked for a better way, to kickstart my professional journey. So along with gaining the domain knowledge here, I also got a chance, to improve on my soft skills. I also got to interact with an incredibly passionate team of technologists here on a daily basis. So in terms of technical skills, I would say like I'm really confident now and I'm always ready to face challenges. And also with the new responsibilities that I got here, I was able to develop, the leadership qualities at a very early stage in my career. I think what helped me to find a niche for myself and build on it is the hands-on training sessions and the freedom to think out of box and obviously the guidance from my seniors. Yeah, and with the focus on continuous upskilling, Acolyte has always helped me recognize the wide range of opportunities and that can come our way when we are equipped with the right skills and learning capabilities. Also, one of the key factors for me is here. For me here is the inclusive work culture. As every employee, is always encouraged to contribute to organizations' growth in their own way.
Right, right. And considering the experience that you have had joining us as a fresher, and now the growth that you have seen in the time that you have been here. So is there any piece of advice that probably you would like to share with freshers who want to be part of the Acolyte family?
Yeah, so here in Acolyte, we get a lot of flexibility in terms of how we want to work. So, and also Acolyte has got very good clients, which makes the work more challenging and interesting every day. So for freshers, I would like to tell them to be more flexible in terms of the work that you'll be getting here, as this is the key to learn new skills and advance in your career. So at the end, I think I would like to say, join us to be a part of diverse team of passionate individuals working in a fun and collaborative environment.
Great, great. Thanks a lot, Pusha, for sharing your unique perspective and story with us. Now, if we move on to Rilpa, so Rilpa, your experience has been unique. Each of us have our own unique stories. So could you tell us a bit about how your professional journey started?
Sure, Swati. Hello, everyone. I'm Rilpa. I'm a technical delivery manager at Acolyte. So I started my career in 2010 after completing my bachelor's in computer science. After working for about 5 years, I decided to take a break and pursue master's. So I did my master's in MIS from State University of New York, post which I was working with a US-based financial services company for more than 3 years. And then I decided to move back to India in 2019. So basically, I think one of the major turning point in my career was when I decided, when I made the switch from a tester to a developer role. So I started my career as a manual test engineer and then moved on to API testing. And post my master's is when I got into a developer role and progressed on the technical side of the things thereon.
Right, right. So, okay, so when did you join Acolyte, and tell us a bit about your experience here?
Sure. I joined Acolyte in Feb of 2020, right before the pandemic hit. And also for me, after moving back to India, it was more about embracing the work culture over here. And to top it off, we had to start working from home, remotely, because of the pandemic. It was challenging, but Acolyte and the top support that we got from the team over here was commendable. I would say it was pretty seamless, the entire transition at the Acolyte. Also, I think one of the best things about working at Acolyte is the autonomy that I get, over the responsibilities, over my responsibilities. So I get to select my own team, tasks, and strategies that I would be working on along with my team. So this encourages and opens up the openness and the transparency in the culture. So I would say this has also helped me in learning skills like leadership and collaboration. And overall, I would say it has been a great journey with Acolyte.
And, Rilpa, if you talk a bit about the inclusive environment that we have here. So what do you think, makes Acolyte an inclusive workplace?
Acolyte is a inclusive workplace in the truest sense, irrespective of the gender or the designation or any other factor, individual opinions are heard and considered. So there are a lot of opportunities available at Acolyte in different roles. So it's a matter of taking up new responsibilities that you see fit for yourself, and also which aligns with the company's growth. Another thing that I would like to point out is the work-life balance. So each individual at Acolyte is encouraged to find the right balance between their professional as well as the personal pursuits. Another thing that I would like to point out is the employment engagement activities. So we have these activities held at a regular basis, which focuses mainly on the wellness as well as fun activities involving the kids and the family. So yeah, these are the few things that these activities are something that we really enjoy and look forward to.
Yes, absolutely, Rilpa. I think those activities that are conducted on a regular basis really, help us, relax a little bit given our hectic schedules and form that bond, given the fact that, all of us are working remotely, but we definitely engage a lot as colleagues, and it really makes up for the fact that we don't see each other in person, at least at this point in time. So thanks a lot, Rilpa, for sharing your story. In fact, thanks everybody, all the speakers, for sharing all your unique stories. And I think, for many of the viewers, this would be really inspiring, and they would get to learn a lot, and of course, get an insight into the wide range of possibilities and opportunities that we have here at Acolyte. So thanks everyone again for joining, and that's about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Swati.
Thanks.